You don't want to know too much about a movie when you plop down in the theater with a bucket of popcorn and a plastic cup full of sugar? It's not fun to see leaks, it's not fun to see spoilers. Mystery is the engine of a solid story. Let's face it, the truth is, all you need to know before you watch The Last Jedi is what came before it. You really just need to watch the other Star Wars films. So the majority of you guys will already know most of this stuff, but maybe there are a few details sprinkled on top that you missed. As always, I'll only be talking about the basic stuff that has already been officially announced. Hey, I'm like you. I don't want to be overly spoiled, I don't want to know too much, but I'm cool knowing some details, the details that have been officially released. But if you don't want to know anything about anything, I'd suggest you shut this video off. I'll just be brushing over some new characters, planets, and vehicles. Let's start with some new characters. This is DJ, played by Benicio del Toro. DJ is a slicer, which is basically a computer expert, a hacker of sorts, breaking encryption programs and whatnot. DJ's allegiance is unclear. He's described as a shady individual. According to John Boyega, DJ is, quote, only in it for financial gain. He doesn't fight for any side, close quote. This is Vice Admiral Holdo, played by Laura Dern. Holdo first appeared in the novel Leia, Princess of Alderaan, and simultaneously in a kid's book called A Leader Named Leia. She was a member of the Apprentice Legislature, which was a youth political organization, and it was there where she met Leia. They became acquainted, and now, years later, Holdo is a Vice Admiral in Leia's Resistance. According to a Vanity Fair article, Holdo and Poe butt heads a lot. They don't see eye to eye on strategy. Holdo is basically Poe's new boss, and they clash. Claudia Gray, the author of Leia, Princess of Alderaan, said, quote, she's someone who's a bit off-kilter, who sees the world through a different prism most others don't understand. At first, Leia thinks she's pleasant but weird, but as time goes on, it becomes apparent that there's much more to Holdo than you might guess when you first meet her. We don't really have a lot of true oddballs in Star Wars, so it was fun to introduce one, close quote. This is Rose, played by Kelly Marie Tran. Rose is a maintenance worker for the Resistance. According to Rian Johnson, quote, she's not a soldier, she's not looking to be a hero, and she gets pulled a very big way into an adventure in this movie with Finn, close quote. Not much is known about Rose at this moment, but a novel is scheduled to come out on December 15th called The Last Jedi Cobalt Squadron, and it will be about the pilots and technicians in the Resistance. And we will be primarily following Rose and her sister Paige in the novel. The main new planet that we'll see in The Last Jedi is called Crate. Rian Johnson described Crate, quote, it's way out there, it's very remote, it's uncharted, it's a mineral planet, and so there are mines on it. Johnson goes on to say, it ends up playing a key role in the movie. The Resistance fighters show up where they have to deal with a very pressing and immediate threat, close quote. So, Crate is a small, uninhabited planet. There's a red mineral base under a white salt crust. Bail Organa actually set up a secret outpost on Crate while the Empire was still in power, back in the day. Shortly before the Battle of Scarif, the outpost was abandoned. Right now, in the timeline of Star Wars, where The Last Jedi takes place, Crate is a sanctuary for Resistance forces that are fleeing. Cantonica? I'm not too sure how this one's correctly pronounced. Cantonica sounds better, right, than Cantonica? I'm gonna go with Cantonica. And on Cantonica is a casino city called Canto Bight. Canto Bight is located next to an artificial ocean. Fancy rich folk come to the city and spend their money at the casinos and racetracks. According to Pablo Hidalgo, quote, what we're going to see in The Last Jedi are some people who have managed to carve out a life for themselves where they can live apart from the galactic struggle. They found a way to live above it or beyond it. There's a class of wealthy that have helped build all sorts of loopholes in society that will always ensure that they'll survive or even thrive no matter what else is happening out there, close quote. This could make for some really interesting stuff, seeing the benefactors of struggle, potentially seeing war profiteers. Sounds like some real-life parallels might be briefly explored. Rian Johnson said, quote, Canto Bight is a playground, basically, for rich assholes, close quote. Okto is the planet that Luke Skywalker has hidden himself on. It's primarily a water planet. The vast ocean is littered with small, lush islands and porgs. In the past, Jedi scholars were trying to find the best spot to build the first Jedi temple. A few worlds were in the running, including Okto. But when the Galactic Civil War ended, the location of the first Jedi temple was a mystery. And as we know, Luke disappeared and left to try and find the first Jedi temple. So pretty much, Luke found the Jedi temple on Okto and has been in self-inflicted exile ever since. Here is the First Order's all-terrain Mega Caliber 6, aka the ATM-6, aka the Gorilla Walker, aka First Order Heavy Assault Walker, aka First Order AT-AT. It's a lot bigger than the AT-AT that we all know. And here's the Dreadnought. It's an enormous warship, 2 huge orbital autocannons, ready for large-scale bombarding, and a bunch of anti-aircraft cannons. It's 25,162 feet in length, which is pretty much 25 times longer than a Nimitz-class aircraft carrier. This is the Supremacy, Snoke ship. It has a wingspan of 60 kilometers, or about 37 miles. It's basically the First Order's HQ. And it's a ship factory as well. They build ships, they repair ships, all there. Snoke hides the ship in the unknown regions, keeping its existence hidden from the enemy. This is Kylo Ren's TIE silencer. According to the Star Wars wiki, Ren's TIE silencer is known for its speed and ferocity, as well as its laser cannons and missile launchers. Its first non-canon appearance was in Galaxy of Heroes, but its first appearance in the official canon can be found in Battlefront 2. And that's just a brief overview of some new stuff that's coming to The Last Jedi. Obviously, there's a lot more, but I just wanted to give a brief taste, refresh my memory of all these articles that I've been reading for the past 2 years, without giving away too much of what we're all in store for. Because we don't want to know too much, right? Just a little bit. Just a little taste. You don't want to have the full meal before you go into the restaurant. You want to go into the restaurant and enjoy what the chef has prepared. You don't want to read a bunch of leaks and spoilers and too much information about the plot. You want to go in hungry. Enjoy your feast. HelloGreedo, out.